You a co-op member?
No.
The toilet's through there, by the way.
I don't think so. All right. I think we can do this. I think we can do this AGM even more quickly. So, anybody who's a co-op member, can you please put your hand up? Keep your hand up. We need to count you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All right, let's do it again.
Investor is a member, right?
Any investor
So
is a member.
Already, it sounded like there was some uncertainty.
All right, hand up, hand down after I've counted you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you're down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 April, 12 Amy, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Hey. All right. All right. That's a shame. We're going to have to do a roll call so that everyone who's a member, we can keep a record of who you are. So I've got a sheet of paper here and we'll send that around. Do we have a clipboard maybe so that we can...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one right here.
Yeah, great. Now, the good news is we have quorum. The bad news is that we're not going to be able to complete the AGM tonight because there's several key things that we need to do that we're not actually ready to do tonight. So what we're going to have to do is start the AGM. We'll explain and sort of deliver everything the AGM will involve, and then we're going to have to reconvene and finish the AGM.
Can you tell us why?
Yes, yes. So, there's several things that need to happen in an AGM. There needs to be a report that describes the operation of the cooperative. So we can do that, and we will do that today. Glenn, are you still up for doing a little presentation? And I've got a sort of an equivalent secretary's report to the one I delivered earlier. We need to do a financial report. The financial report, last minute, we found out has some discrepancies in it. So it hasn't been signed off by the board, and it's not ready. There also needs to be a director's solvency resolution, mostly because we spent all our time in the board meeting just then talking about the financial report not being ready. We didn't get to that. And I think we would have approved that. It's just going to be a minor thing where we have absolute confidence we are going to be able to pay the cooperative's debts as and when they come due. We just haven't signed the resolution and we didn't discuss it. So there is no director's resolution. Co-op members need to be given an adequate opportunity to ask questions. So we'll do that tonight, and we'll also do it at the reconvening after the tabling of the financial report. And then finally, we need to elect the new board, and we'll probably delay that until after the reconvening because it makes no sense to do that to dissolve the current board until we've got these items out of the way. So that answers the question. Is there any further questions, or did I not answer the question adequately?
So does that mean we need to reconvene for another AGM?
Yeah, we will reconvene for another AGM, and we're proposing strongly that it is next week, same time, same place.
Does it need to be the same people? Otherwise, do you not have to go through all of that again?
No, because it's a reconvening.
Yeah, but if you
So
don't get the same people...
Oh,
We need a quorum.
Yeah, but does it have to be the same quorum? Because otherwise, how do you make decisions on this other stuff if you haven't had the first part? I don't know.
Who wants
I'm
to
asking a
quickly read
legal
up on the
question.
rules to answer that question? It won't take long.
Sorry, I shouldn't even ask you. I'm not even a member.
Well, I don't think it's covered in the rules because you have to write it up for the meeting. So I would have thought that you just need another quorum. If part of it is signed off, that's fine.
Yep.
You need a quorum for the next, whether it's the same people.
Yeah, I agree.
And you can cover it by minutes, presumably, for anyone that's there next time.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will by phone if we need to next week.
Yeah, we can always do calling by phone. So our rules accept contemporaneous and digital communications. So that's fine.
Well, what we're doing is adjourning this meeting. So if this meeting is properly convened and there's a quorum, the content of this meeting moves to the adjourned meeting, so quorum would automatically be presumed.
Even if only, say, 5 people turn?
Yeah, only if so. Yeah.
Really? Okay. And Bill's not just given us legal advice,
No.
but he has given us an opinion from someone who's the perspective of has been a practicing lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Shall we move on? Glenn?
Hi everyone. My name is Glenn Potowski. I'm the chair of the Co-op board. I think what you've just seen is the reality of the Co-op board and the realisation of our fiduciary duties as a board. So, as I think Tom raised earlier, the Co-op board is incredibly important in terms of the governance of the Co-op and so on. The Co-op board is responsible to the shareholders, and those fiduciary duties are significant. And what we have come across in the last 24 hours is that we have a fully volunteer-based enterprise across 2 entities, and a board that has fiduciary duties to shareholders. And so we want to be as careful and precise as we can be to make sure that we meet our fiduciary duties. And this is our first proper AGM, and so we want to make sure it's as solid as possible and leaves us with a good base for our ongoing work. The other thing is we are learning as we're going in some ways. So we've already identified some key steps in the next 12 months we need to undertake to make sure that we don't come across the same hurdles that we have in the last 24, 48 hours. So my apologies for the fact that we do need to reconvene this meeting, and it is really just the consequence of the seriousness by which we take our responsibilities. I just want to make a couple of quick statements about my experience since I've come onto the Co-op board. So when I put that I was on the Co-op board onto my LinkedIn account, firstly, a whole bunch of people said, "Oh, you're going to work for Pingala." Well, yes, I am as a volunteer, as everyone else is. The number of people around the country who know of Pingala, who are excited by what Pingala does, who actually think Pingala is much bigger and more substantial than the reality of our current position, is extraordinary and a real testament to the hundreds of people who've actually committed real-time effort in many ways over the last 4 years. So I think while I want to identify a couple of key people who I get to work with and have the pleasure to work with, I think, it's pretty bland, but essentially everyone needs to be congratulated. It is an extraordinary, visionary and exciting organisation. I'd love to thank Tom. I think one of the best working experiences I've ever had is sitting on a board and working with Tom in his volunteer role, really driving so much of the work. I'd love to thank April for recruiting me wherever April today. It's definitely a deep thank you. It is a truly wonderful part of my life. I really enjoy Pingala. And Nigel, who's moving his car, who's been extraordinary. I'm not going to go through more because obviously there are dozens of people who are really active and doing great work. I would also like to thank the other board members who like me, are going on a really interesting journey. We're all testing out governance, we're all testing out how this type of enterprise can work, and we really are at the pointy end. So I hope that over the next couple of years, we are really going to become an organisation at a governance level where people around the country and around the world come to us and say, how do you do this stuff? That is one of my goals in whatever time I have as a director on the board. The final thing I wanted to say is I also believe that our job, aside from fiduciary duty, and as part of our fiduciary duty, is to meet our vision and mission as an organisation. So just taking aside the association and co-op, we are one entity in reality. We have the same vision of where we want this city and this world to go. We're with Pingala because we're excited by innovation and new thinking and different types of activity. I believe over the next 12 months in particular is a time where we need to take good calculated risks. If we are going to become much bigger than we are now, if we're going to have hundreds or thousands of financial members, people who are shareholders in our activities, we are going to need to start to take even greater risks than we have to this point. That is a substantial journey for us. We've got to do it in a calculated way, we've got to do it together. But I would love to see us in 12 months, in 2 years, and 5 years from now, looking back and going, wow, look at the trajectory we've been on. So I'm really keen over the next 12 months to be part of a team that's looking at the really substantial undertakings we can make, the risks we need to take to grow this organisation, to grow our vision, and to bring more people around the world with us. So thank you everyone, and thank you to my fellow directors on the board.
Thank you very much for that. That's great, Glenn. Thank you. All right, so Secretary's report is really simple. It's in the same format. The co-op currently has 60 members. That's I believe 53 regular members and 7 board members. I've put similar comments here, and I'm going to stick it up so you can come and have a look at it, but there's really not much here. There's only one class of shares, being regular shares in the cooperative, designated as F, or F-class shares. And we all own shares. Some of the board members only have a single $1 share. Most of you have 250 $1 shares. Some of you who are really lucky have got 3 of them. It's at 750. The Pingala Cooperative's register of members is also managed in our online accounting solution Xero. We have a separate account for the co-op, and we're using accounting grade software to manage the register of shareholders. And likewise, our mailing list functions are also being managed via MailChimp. And we have been having some teething problems with MailChimp, and I would advise you all to make sure that you add info@pingala.org.au to your address book to make sure you're getting the messages. Glenn said we are going to become much bigger. We are going to become much bigger. The first 60 members is just the beginning, and the way that I like to think of Pingala is not as an association and a co-op, but it's a single entity, it's a hybrid organisation, and it represents the most engaged members of the community that this organisation serves. Pingala is all about community. It's all about the businesses out there in community. It's all about the shareholders. It's about the individuals in a community standing up saying, I want to have a better version of energy than the one that we currently have. It's the solar companies, it's the councils, it's everything in the richness that makes up community that we serve as an organisation. I think I find it really interesting to pick up on some of the comments that April made about where we've actually built a huge amount of value for our organisation, and I'm particularly captured by integrated reporting framework and their concept of 6 capitals. The 6 capitals, according to this cutting-edge way of reporting on an enterprise's impact and value, the traditional forms of capital that we're used to: financial, intellectual, and human capital. But recently they've started adding things like manufactured capital, the man-made objects that an organisation owns, social and relationship capital, and then environmental capital. You can add to a capital, you can create value in one capital area, or you can diminish capital in another area. And for us, clearly putting more renewable energy out there is about minimising the depletion of environmental capital. We don't own the environment, and all we can do is try to minimise the depletion of environmental capital. But the one capital that we currently have in spades, and while it may seem that we're not doing much, we've actually achieved a huge amount. We have social and relationship capital through the roof. We are known well beyond our 60 members, well beyond our 40, whatever it is, cooperative, 44 cooperative association members. We have a brand and a reputation for getting this stuff done. And that brand and reputation is bringing us opportunity. And those opportunities are with council, with national corporate chains, with huge opportunities and other community energy organisations who are approaching us and want to work with us. So I think it's really safe to say that we are going to grow and we're going to become substantially bigger than we are. We've been working on building our social and relationship capital. It's time to capitalise on that and build our value in other areas. So look forward to reporting next year on how that journey's gone. Thank you. Yeah. So before we convene, we'll see if there's any questions from the members in case anybody here is not able to come to the reconvene.